What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your very first time joining me. My name is Jessica. My mother as well as a makeup lover, of course. So for today's video, we are doing another tutorial using the brand new Blend Bunny Cosmetics Primal palette. I have so many looks in mind with this palette, so I hope that you guys are excited because I am so excited. Somebody actually wanted to see me do a 4-screen smoky eye, and I was like, bet. I'm going to be doing my full face in today's video because smoky eyes are so simplistic to me and they're like super easy. So I feel like if I were to just do the smoky eye, we would have like a 5-minute long video. That's no fun. We want to have fun. I want to have fun. Also, I love the way that my face makeup came out, and I did use mostly drugstore products besides like 2 or 3 items that were not drugstore. But everything else is drugstore, and it looks so good. Like, you do not need to spend a lot of money to look like a baddie. Let me tell you. Look at me. Look at me. She's a goddess. So yeah, of course, definitely don't forget to stay tuned until the very end of the video where I do an up close of my eyeshadow, so that way you guys can see the true beauty of the blend. Yes. And of course, if you want to see how I achieved this full face of makeup and the products that I used and all that good stuff, then definitely keep on watching. First things first, I'm going to start by taking the P. Louise paint, and this one is in the shade Must Be the Money, so it's just a green. So the only concealer that I have on my brows is, literally you just said it, the only product that I have on my brows is the concealer that I used to clean it up. So pretty much this whole space is blank, which is where we're going to be laying the base down. So I'm just going to take some on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to take a brush and work it into the brush. And I'm going to go right in and start blending this out. So I just took a clean brush and really just softened up the edges. So now we have this really beautiful soft green blend. If you wanted to, you could just take like a pastel green and set this and it would look so good. Okay, so I'm going to take that same green brush that I used to apply the product. I just kind of dusted it off so it's not like wet and it'll, you know, pick up and disperse the product evenly. I've never had any issues like with my brushes using like a base and then using powder with the same brush. I've never had an issue. So I'm going to start. Obviously, we're just going to be using the green row today, maybe some black. So I'm going to start by taking the shade Camouflage. Bless you. Beautiful, beautiful green. And I'm going to pack this down right on top of that base, and instantly just look at that color payoff. So I'm going to keep this shade right on my lid, and I won't take it any further. I'll start to blend, you know, a different color at that point. Okay, so now I'm going to take the shade Camouflage and Toxin mixed together, so I'll dip into Camouflage, Toxin, Camouflage, Toxin. And then I'm going to start to go right over the line with that like mixture, which is just going to be like a lighter tone of the dark green, which will help with the blending. I'm just literally going to do little circle motions. Then on the same brush, I'll take just the shade Toxin. I'm going to go a little bit above where I was just blending and blend some more. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of this pastel green shade right here, just on a like more fluffier brush. And I'll go over the very outer edges. Really, really soften this blend. So I'm going to take some of the black shade and I'm going to add it to this to deepen it. My love, you gotta go with that. That's like really loud. So I'm only blending that just below like my lid. There's still like a small gap that I left. And now I'm just gonna go back through all of the colors besides the black and really blend these out. We're going Smoky. Okay, so this is what the blend is looking like. I think it's going to look so much better once I do the under my eyes. And I'm also going to go for some super big ass lashes. So it's all going to come together. So I have tried the shimmer formula in this palette in my last video, which if you guys haven't seen, I'll definitely leave a little card. But I'll just swatch it for you real quick. So this is the shade Slither. Beautiful, like emerald green. But I want to give it an extra punch because I can. So I'm going to take some of the Peaches and Cream glitter base, and you could also use the like NYX glitter glue. And then I'll just take some of this on my finger. And I'm going to tap it on my lid right over essentially the black. And then I'll just go right on in. And go right over the lid. Okay, let me go do this eye, and then we can move on to face. I've really just been loving the way that my face makeup has been coming out. I think everything's just been coming together really nicely, so I'm really excited about that. So of course my skin is already primed, and I actually went in with the Nimia by Nikki Tutorials where it all glows, where it all starts. No, what is it? Hold on. I went in with the glow on my skin is the Nimia License to Glow serum. That shit, it smells like a crayon, but it's good. It's good. So for foundation, I want to take the Candy Glamoflauge foundation. This is in the shade Vanilla. There's a little doe foot applicator. I actually think this is a really good shade match for me. I usually, when I clean up my brows, I always end up like dragging the product upward, so I never really need a lot of product on my forehead. And then just tap this in. Oh no, I got a zit that I didn't even notice until just right now. No shaka here. We're taking the Too Faced shade Golden, and I've just been taking it on the back of this sponge. But I've literally just been working this in with the sponge, and I kind of like it better. I don't know, it's just more flawless than with the brush. Next, I'm going to be taking the Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the Creamed Powder Blush Stick. This is in the shade Swoon, which is this beautiful, like, corally orange color. Like, look how pretty that is with against the green. Stop it right now. Because the Jaclyn ones are such a sheer wash of color, I'll probably add a little bit more after I go in with my concealer. I want to see though. So now I'm going to take the Glamoflauge Pro Concealer. Since I went in with the foundation, I wanted to use the concealer as well. This one's in the shade Ivory. So I'm just going to put some under my eyes, forehead, tip of the nose, my whole chin. So I'm trying to keep the blush right in the center of my nose here. For under my eyes, I'm going to take this little brush. This is just a beauty brush. And I'm going to kind of pat this in first before I go in and blend it with my sponge. That concealer is very, very brightening. Then for powder, I'm just going to take the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder, the shade Fair. I feel like because this was so brightening, I need kind of like a colored powder rather than like a translucent or like a bright white one. So this will help keep my under eyes bright, but it's also going to help tone it down just a smidge. Shit on a shingle. I wanted to go in with this Unearthly Cosmetic Incandescent Highlighter in the shade Molten, which has green reflex in it, but I already powdered. But I mean, I have an issue, so I guess we'll just add this on top. I do prefer to go over with these like when I do my creams, but they still work on top of powders. You just gotta be careful, like very gentle, because of course if you're like, if you're taking your wet product and you're like rubbing it around, of course it's gonna move your like products underneath. You just gotta be very gentle when blending it out for like that flawless application. Nope, it kind of lifted on this side. It did lift a little bit right here. Can you see that patch? Shit. Yeah, I do prefer to use these under powder, you know, because one little fuck up. I mean, but they do look still really pretty on top of powder. Like, no issues. Covered it up just fine, so, you know, personal preference, I guess. If you could finagle it, you could probably do it on top, but I would recommend to use the incandescent serum highlighters under the powder. It's just what works best. So I'm going to just take the Milani bronzer, and I'm just going to go over everywhere that I cream, contour / bronzed. I'm going to take the H&B Cosmetics Dare to Be Different, and this one's in the shade Self-Made, which tell me that's not the perfect, like, this is like a creamsicle color. I think it looks so beautiful with greens. I think whenever I use greens, I always go for like this like orangey type creamsicle color. Because it's just, they just look so good together, in my opinion. It always blows my mind how I go over the incandescent highlighters with powder and they're still so shiny. And then I wanted to add a little bit of luminosity in my blush. So this is the Benefit Georgia blush. I don't know, it looks like it has luminosity in it, though I'm not 100% sure if it does. Well, I'm just going to go right over in between the highlight and the blush. Yes, it's a lot of blush. Duh, come on now. Last for highlight, I'm going to be taking the Lele Posh X Ellie Star, because I feel like the eyes are so tame that we can get really crazy with the highlight. So for greeny, I would say I'm going to take the shade Boy Mom. I feel like this has the most like greeny reflex in it. And I'll just go right over. Oh, these together. Stop it right now. Look at that. Alrighty then. Every time I look at this, it just brings me so much joy. It's kind of like ridiculous. Okay, starting with the shade Camouflage, mixed in with a little touch of the shade Nocturnal. We want like a deep green right off bat. I'm going to keep this centered, more focused in the outer corner of my eye. Like that. And then I'll take just the shade Camouflage. And I'll smoke that out a bit. Shade Toxin. It's like a beautiful leafy green. And shade Luna, right in the inner corner and under right here, right in this little inner corner. So I'm just taking fluffy brush and making sure that this is round. So the Balm Cosmetics, they came out with a new mascara, and it's supposed to be like clean beauty, green packaging. I don't understand what clean beauty means. I don't think there's any standards for that. But they did come out with a new mascara, and they sent me over 2 of them, and I really like the wand on this. It's just like, it goes small to like big, so it's really nice. So I'm going to be using this mascara today. I'm also going to take some of my NYX Jumbo White Pencil, pop that in my waterline, and then I'm going to be taking the Blend Buddy Cosmetic Lashes, and these ones are the Vices in the style Wicked. Okay, so here is the finished look. I just went ahead and I threw on my lashes and my lip combo. I don't know if my video like cut out at the end before I was able to finish saying that. So I'm wearing the Blend Buddy Cosmetic Vice lashes, and these ones are in the style Wicked. So these are just very beautiful, really, really big and dramatic. Literally, they go above my eyebrows. You see that? But yeah, like, no, these are fucking big daddies, let me tell you. I think that these big lashes always look good with like a smoky eye because like you don't need to see all the detail, but you can still kind of see that color peeking through, and then when you look down, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? So, in case you were wondering about my lip combo, I went in with the Nabi lip pencil in the shade Mocha, and then the Henry Satin Matte lipstick in the shade Lust, and the LA Girl Holographic Iridescent lip gloss in the shade Heavenly. So I think that gloss is like so pretty because it's like, it's such a natural color, and I think this was only like $2. Like, look at that color. And that shine. Yep. I just wanted to throw this in there too. I'm so sorry. Or maybe I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all, actually. My next few videos are going to be including this Blend Bunny Primal palette. I have so many ideas in mind. I don't know what it is about these tones that they really are just resonating with me. I love Blend Bunny's palettes. I love all of her palettes, but I think this might be my number one. I think this one, Surge, Blends, Dollhouse. If I had to put the Blend Bunny palettes into order, that's how I would probably rank them at this point, because like the Dollhouse still, even though like that's like the lowest ranked, that palette is still so good, and it's actually one of my most used Blend Bunny palettes. But in terms of like color stories that resonate with me, definitely the Surge is up there because of like the pastels and the neons. And then well, I mean, this one, just look at her, she's fucking perfection. And then like the pastels and neons, and then the original blends is just, oof, it's so good. So good. And then of course the Dollhouse is like neutral, so that's why she's like at the bottom, but she's still up there. Like Blend Bunny is like my number one brand. Stay tuned. My next 2 videos that I have in mind are actually going to be including this Primal palette, so definitely don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the uploads that I'm going to be uploading. And I will of course be leaving the link to the Blend Bunny Primal palette in my description box if you want to get your hands on it. I highly recommend it. And without further ado, let's go out on ahead, roll the clip.